Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Beastly Eel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Invincible. So, in this episode, there were two major parts going on. There was between Mark and Eve, and then on the other side, it was Titan. So, for those who don't remember, Titan was the guy who took over the criminal empire in the city that Invincible kind of saves most often. So we have that going on. We have Eve and Mark deciding that they're going to look for an apartment together because they want to, find a place of their own, but also they need to get a job. So then they decide that they're going to make a company, a security firm. And so the plan was that Eve was granted not lying, but she dressed professionally to the point of trying to sell Invincible as a prison guard. So specifically, he's being used to help keep what do I want to phrase? Not the accommodations because that is inaccurate, but keep the inmates from escaping, and then also anybody trying to break them out less likely to cause collateral damage. That's the phrase I was looking for. That's kind of their goal there. So Multi-Paul tries to escape at one point before Invincible gets the job. He duplicates himself so much that he literally makes his duplicates pop until it's like a sea of blood that causes the door on the cell to pop up. He happens to pin himself onto the ceiling. He then gets down, tries to escape. He gets this collar around his neck that forces him to not allow himself to duplicate, which, or multiply. Sorry, because he's multiple. We then have what is his name? It was the Asian guy with the metal jaw, goes to Titan and says, "Hey, I told you to break out multi-ball." And he's like, "I tried, and it failed, and now I hear that Invincible is going to be the guy who is the guard there, and so I'm not putting that kind of heat on myself." And that's when he's like, "Well, I know about your daughter, and she's trying to be an entrepreneur." So that's when he gets really pissed off. We also find out that the Machine Head, who was who Titan took over from, is not having a good time in prison. He's coughing up sparks and everything else because they don't know how to deal with a guy like him. So anyway, they're all in there. Titan goes there to break Multi-Paul out. I'm putting that in quotes because I don't think that's exactly what's happening there. But he goes down there, and Titan basically explains to him kind of what's going on, explains the whole situation and everything else. He then makes a diversion plan where he has a bunch of guys dressed in the same outfit as him, kind of running around so Invincible couldn't find him. So he was able to escape. But Invincible tells Eve what's going on, and she's kind of like, "Well, I don't know what to do. Like that's just awkward in and of itself." So that's when the guy with the metal jaw comes in, realizes that Titan isn't going to do it for him. Then his oh my gosh, ionize? No, iodine, ionize. The teleporting guy joins sides against Titan. Titan gets thrown out of the woodwork. Um, then the guy with the metal jaw apparently has the ability to cause his soul to leave his body to turn into a magical dragon, which is just interesting of itself. He then goes to try to break Multi-Paul out. There's a massive prison riot slash trying to escape, and that's when both Eve and Invincible try to stop the dragon. They start fighting as hard as they can and everything else. They're failing pretty miserably. This dragon apparently can't be beaten by normal means. So they then have Isotope, or whatever his name is, teleport Machine Head out. Machine Head then talks to the big guy, and then that's when the other guy teleports him. The teleporting guy teleports the big muscular guy out of there, drops him onto a big building. He then shoots the dragon guy in the head, which causes the dragon to turn into a pile or like a blue mist. By the way, Mark took heavy damage there. He was bleeding a lot. He had two massive teeth marks from him. Eve was fixing up the prison to make it so that it was like it was brand new. The assumption is one of Multi-Paul's clones or Multi-Paul himself was able to escape. We then have Machine Head taking over the Empire where Titan basically says he wants the city to keep it safe, but Machine Head can take care of everything else and it's all his. And Machine Head was kind of like, you know what, I agree with you, fine. But he goes, I promise you, if you try to screw me over again, like you did the last time, I will end you. And so he's like, okay, no problem. So it ends on kind of a good note. We then have Mark, Debbie basically asking Mark to look for Oliver because at night he's been going out apparently and she doesn't know where he's been going. He goes out to find out that he's hanging out with some kids in the city that are teaching him how to use a skateboard. So he explains to his mother kind of what's going on and how he's just trying to be a normal kid. And she's like, they're not picking on him for being purple. And he's like, not that he could say. He goes, if anything, it doesn't bother them at all. In fact, he saw him flying with those kids around those kids, and it didn't scare them or anything else. So she was kind of like, oh, and then he uses his powers where Mark thought he was going to kill the kids, these bullies. He then zooms around and pantses them all and gets them out of there. And then Debbie basically explains to Oliver, like, I'm okay with you hanging out with them. I would just prefer it not to be at night, just to be on the safe side. And it sounds like Oliver agrees for right now. We'll see if that continues. Mark and Eve decide that they're not going to move into an apartment together just yet because they felt like they were moving too quickly, too fast, especially with everything kind of going on all at once and trying to figure it out and navigate through everything has not been an easy ordeal for either of them. So they decide that. So then we also find out that like I said, Machine Head took over again. Then we had the Dragon guy with his massive friend, who apparently didn't die, release a spirit dragon out of him and into the Dragon Master, and he's apparently alive again. And then we also find out that Multipole most likely escaped due to the fact that over by Duplicate's place, he gave her like a device that kind of shows, or a toy that they kind of played with when they were kids. We also find out a little bit about Duplicate and Multipole's father, who apparently went crazy finding out that his kids can multiply, and apparently not doing well, and Kate feels bad, and Paul doesn't care at all. But overall, this episode was interesting. It got to show a little bit more of a dynamic of like Oliver not being the monster we all thought he was. He can be friendly with people and everything else. We also see that Mark and Eve are realizing that they shouldn't rush into things as quickly as they have been. Um, Debbie's aware of the relationship and the fact that they're having sex, and Mark did not want to talk about it whatsoever. And it doesn't sound like Mark and Eve are going to be working that much together in their company, especially after that last incident, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll be very curious to see if they actually continue that job, especially with all the amount of damage that they were taking to begin with. But it was also nice seeing Eve use her mecha armor, which was nice as well. It seems like she has a much better control over her powers and a better ability of not just winging it and really knowing what needs to be done. Her architect classes seem to be helping because she's able to make structures much better than what she used to. But overall, I mean, this episode was decent. I'm very curious to see where it's going to go now, because this was what, episode 5, so there's 3 more. I mean, I don't know. We have to be leading up to something bigger, and I'm very curious to seeing where that goes. But for now, if you made it, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? And why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.